If the world loves the way you do church, you've got a problem. Because the world should not love what I'm saying. I go to pastors' conferences sometimes. I get so like, man, what's wrong with me, Lord? I leave there sometimes because they're so worried sometimes about pleasing the masses. How can we make our services more appealing? And I'm all for reaching out to the culture. I'm all for, what do you think I do all week? And dialoguing, counseling, we have to. But we do not conform worship service to fit the world. The world must come in and hear the praises and the power of God before they're changed. It convicts before it hurts. They don't want to hear it, but they have to hear it. I got permission from Linda. She said I could talk. I just met her this week. She's been listening on the radio for about a year now. And she said, man, when I first turned you on, I said, who does this guy think he is? Get him off the radio. Click, turn him off. And then next week, who does this guy think he's yelling at me? What's this guy's problem? Click, turn him off. But then God kept drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing. And says, Lord, and she just gave me a big hug and was crying. Said, I needed to hear these things. I needed to hear these things. That's how God changes the heart, by telling us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. Think about that. We will look for teachers who will tell us what we want to hear in the last days. Paul says, Timothy, because of this, preach the word. Preach the word. Be ready in and out of season, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. They will not endure sound truth. They will not want to hear the truth. They will look for the teachers who will tell them what they want to hear. So as much as you want to get mad at the false teachers out there, it's what the people want to hear. That's why they're finding them. Tell them to be healthy and wealthy and wise and never upset anything. Don't mention sin. I love the pastors who never talk about sin. Oh, I love them. Oh, good. You can love them on the way to hell. Because that's the truth. Sin has separated us from God. And if somebody truly loves you, they're going to tell you the truth. What I tell you is what I tell my kids, so I hate my kids? I'll cry sometimes, sons, daughters. There's a judgment to come. There's a God that loves you so much, but you've got to embrace His gracious gift of forgiveness. If you don't, you're separated from God. I can't even fathom that. I can't sleep at night knowing that. I love you that much to tell you that there is a judgment to come. There's a heaven, there's a hell, there's a right, there's a wrong. That's not anger, that's love. And if we want to see revival in our churches, again, we need to preach the difficult truths. Because it's the difficult truths that make the prodigal son come home.